Hey now, YouTube, how you doing? This is Zach with Savage Traveling today, out here on some back road in Indiana. Today the goal is to just cruise around in the country and on the state highways here, and wonder how the sun's hitting that, and just find cool stuff to look at, like these, like this old cover bridge I found here just randomly on some country road over this quaint little river. But that is, like I said, that's the goal today, is to just find cool stuff like this and show you guys what's hidden out here. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It's the middle of nowhere. So, little brisk out here this morning. First day with sunshine in a long time though, so I'll take it. Please don't litter. We gotta say, little river. Should I go right, guys? We're gonna go right. Hopefully I'm getting all that. You see my water made some crazy designs as it froze. Cool. One lane bridge. This is a state highway, mind you. Look how wide she is today. Back to 2 lanes. Just at the top of the hill from the bridge is a sign for Prophetstown, established in 1808 by Tecumseh and the Prophet as the capital of their Pan-Indian Confederacy. Led by Tecumseh, representatives of many Western Indian nations met and lived here in an attempt to build the greatest Indian resistance movement in American history. A training ground for over 1,000 warriors, Prophetstown extended for 2 miles along this bluff. The Battle of Tippecanoe on November 7th, 1811 crushed this confederacy, and Harrison's army burned down the town the following day. Dang. Serious. Here's a building from 1899. It's being used as a clay and pottery place now. And if you look to the left, here's some old structures. Another old building in the town of Battleground. This one, I can't quite make out the date on top though. A couple old signs from yesteryear. I kind of wonder if any of those phone numbers on the second one are still on. Allison's Catering Hall. Battleground, Indiana. Old Masonic temple. I think they're using it as a bank now. Found an old bank here. Looks like the front has been covered up a long time ago. It doesn't give a year. Just off here off the old highway, so pretty cool. old stretch of buildings just right down the street from that old bank. I don't know if they're from the same time or not. Found this old abandoned farm. Looks like they probably still use it to store their grain. But the old farmhouse, probably spooky up in there. Found this old cemetery right down the road from the farmhouse down there. Looks like this was, I actually don't know. But it's, you know, and these are, I wonder if there's names on the other sides of these graves. He died in 1945. I wonder if these, like the farm, if he owned the farmhouse down the road, 1954, 1858 to 1952. Obviously these have been put in after the fact. Some of them, I would assume, well, all of these have. That is not from 1930, you know what I mean? But really cool. I don't know what this was. Like, was this a, I don't know. Waldo lived in 1920. I don't know if you can see with the Sony action camera, but on that hillside over there, there's another graveyard with a lot more graves. We'll meander over by there, see if I can get close. This one's quite readable. No wonder we could see this cemetery. It is on a huge mound. Well, it's named fittingly enough. Quite a good place to take your rest. I haven't seen any years yet. This is probably as old as the other one. And it's just across the way. There, 1944, 1969. So maybe same generation of people. Mound Cemetery, guys. That's a new one on me. Found some old tractors and trucks here in Pine Village, Indiana. And we have the Indiana state flag and old blue truck and little words above it saying "Love where you live." Got the Dew Drop Inn, the Windy Mill Cafe, and I can't quite see what's all the way down at the other end. The one end, Brummett's Village Inn Bar and Grill with the flashing open sign, and I believe the Windy Mill restaurant also doubles as the village post office, so pretty cool. The date on the top of the building says 1900. I just noticed. Opposite corner of the old town block we just saw is an old rail car just sitting on its own rails right here on the side of the road. In front of the Boxcar, our little library. Monon in big white letters, and the number 70 on this end. Looks like you can walk up here too. To tour our caboose, please call. Oh wow, there's old lights, all kinds of cool stuff in here. Wow. Give them a call if you ever want a tour, guys. They are not responsible for accidents or injuries. Oh, little rail car here. What's in that little library? Oh, wow. Nice collection of books here. As the sign says, Pence, Indiana. Just an old building. Hard saying what the history really is. Got the old main entrance down here on the corner. Didn't see this when I pulled in. Anything cool over here? Hoping for some old paint, some kind of tobacco advertisement or something. Down here in Pence, Indiana, just a country mile or so from the Illinois-Indiana border. This old grain silo over here by itself is kind of interesting. It's on the outskirts of town. Left to succumb to the elements. Believe it or not, this old gravel road going across this old babbling brook down here is the Indiana-Illinois state line. I thought I'd drive down it, but I didn't realize how gravelly and not a great road it is, so I decided to turn around. So I'm gonna find a paved road and head south, and I'll catch back up with you guys soon. Once I found myself away from the gravel road, I passed back by Pence, the last town we were in, and I found this church here with stained glass still intact. First M.E. Church, 1914. Here's the church as well, guys. You can almost see down in there if we had some light. Pretty cool. I did not expect to find that. I wonder how many kids have fell down that. Did Lassie save them? And right below that, the basement door. Last bit of stained glass we get to see in the light, luckily. And that concludes the tour of the church. Interesting railroad crossings here in the middle of the road. Nice little downtown this Otterbein has. And on the side of the building, the infamous male pouch tobacco advertisement that you can still find a lot of places around here. Who knows what year it's painted in. Smith block, says 1903. An old car dealership. The other side of the old car dealership. Pretty neat to see it still intact like it is. Main Street, Otterbein, Indiana. Alright guys, this has been Zach with Savage Traveling today. It's quite chilly out. Hey, there's some cars. And I need to get heading back home, and I got some things to do this evening. So anyways, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe, and because we're going to make a lot more. So once again, thanks for watching, and peace.